It's Friday. I'm about to get my groove on. Man, y'all know about that, man. Y'all ain't old school enough. It is Friday. It is the morning run. We got the legendary Michael Westbrook with us today. And Coach Prime Deion Sanders pulling up once again, only on the morning run. Big Dog Chico, Uncle Neely, let's get it.
Runners, everybody in the chat, mount up and let us know where you're checking in from. Put your city, your state in the chat. This is another episode of TMR Live with Uncle Chico, a.k.a. The Morning Run Live. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything else. Find us on social media. And if you're watching this right now on your phone, you can click that like button. And when you click it, you'll see something come across that says hype.
Uh-oh.
Hype this video up. So you can click
Hype me
that
up.
button to hype it up. Everybody gets 3 hypes a week that you can use freely on whatever video you would like to hype up and share out there to other people without commenting, without sharing. You can do it in this way. Hype the video up, as Uncle would say, hype me up. And we'll get
Hype me up.
and we'll get
Hype me up. Now hype me up. Hey, now we got Arkansas in the building, Waco, Texas, Maryland is checking in. Pensacola, Florida, Seattle. A big playoff game coming up this weekend. Seattle, Duval is in the building. That is coast to coast. That's Seattle to Duval. Savannah, GA is in the building. Montgomery, Alabama checking in. Chico, we got a big show today.
Big one.
Michael Westbrook is in the building. Coach Prime is going to be joining us as well. But dig this, Chico. The portal closes at 11:59 p.m.
11:59?
11:59 p.m., Chico. The portal closes. But dig this.
Dig it.
There's 2 teams still out there, and they don't play the Monday night. It's 5 days after they play. So we really got a whole nother week of this, and Coach Prime just found some extra money.
Ooh, found some extra money. And today, it was announced that he just pulled in another offensive lineman. Big fella from Lafayette, offensive lineman Sean Kinney has committed to the Colorado Buffaloes. And that's 12 consecutive days, at least one commitment for Colorado and Coach Prime. As people saying, like you said, it's going to be hard for him to get in recruits after a 3-9 season. Well, yes, that's been thrown out the window. Ball that up and throw it out the window somewhere, because 36 recruits now Coach Prime has officially. Man, that's a big time haul right there for Coach Prime, man. And he's not done, as you said.
Yeah, what I love about it, man, not only is 36 just a great number and growing, right, just by itself, just in general, but when you look at the 36, at the positions, at what they accomplished where they previously played, and you line it up with where we were deficient, which led to us being 3-9, and then add that up with what we lost when leaving and exiting into the portal, he checked all the boxes, replaced what you were losing, and added to what you needed across the board, offense, defense, you name it. Add that with a new offensive coordinator coming in who's not running somebody else's system that he learned. He's running his system that he created. You got to like where Coach Prime is right now and where this program is headed.
Yes. And guess what?
We're
going to keep diving into that. We're going to break down some of these guys by position if time permits. Because we have 2 special guests that's going to join us. And we could talk about some of these things with them and some other things with them also. So let me see. We got the runners out there checking in. Let me see. Once we get to about 200, which we can do pretty quickly, we'll bring on our first guest. But who stands out to you in this class, or what position group stands out to you in this class?
I'm still going linebackers and in the secondary.
Okay.
Because I just think that's where our deficiency were last year. When you don't win with 3 games, there's enough blame to go around, right? And Coach Prime said it starts with him, the head coach. But when you look at the nuances of some of those games, the big plays that we gave up that we were not able to offensively built to come back on, I got to go linebackers and a bevy of missed tackles in secondary with too many big plays over the top. And I think Coach Prime has fixed those two groups with the talent that he brought in. And you can flip a coin with me and say which one, is the better grading group now, but that need was addressed on defense, no doubt.
Yeah, most definitely. Some standout guys. Emery Floyd came over, cornerback from Appalachian State. Jaden Hardy, DB from Oklahoma. Nateem Mitchell, safety from New Mexico State. Cree Thomas, cornerback from Notre Dame. This guy has 4 years left, matter of fact. Randon Fontanet, DB, Vanderbilt. Justin Eaglin, DB, James Madison, and a guy who a lot of people are predicting to be like a Travis Hunter playing both ways, and that's Boo Carter. Came over from Tennessee to safety, but also has some amazing highlights on the offensive side of the football too. And I saw a tweet yesterday of offensive coordinator Brendan Marion saying that basically, hey man, I see that you can play offense too. Come on over here. You might have a chance to play offense with the Colorado Buffaloes also. So shout out to Boo Carter and all the talented DBs that Coach Prime has brought in. And I think a lot of these guys have been in a more of a Coach Prime mode or model or makeup, so to speak, like at that 6 feet, 6'1" range, 195 pounds this season, more or less, more than like the seasons in the past that we've seen.
I agree with that, Chico. And can you imagine when Folsom Field gets to rocking and that thin layer of smoke is in the air, and that's not from the barbecue grills?
I don't know if it's thin.
And Boo makes a play and that crowd goes boo, but they ain't booing. That's booing.
Gonna be dope. Yeah,
I can't wait for it. And we're better, Chico. If you got a guy with a skill set that can play both sides of the ball, then having a head coach that understands it, utilizes it, did it with himself in his own career, Travis Hunter.
Right.
That guy. that guy right there.
Him
with Travis Hunter. And then bring in a coach now on the offensive side that's also equally receptive to it and recognizes it.
Exactly. That really matters.
Yeah.
That factors into the success that you can have. You know what I mean? So shout out to Warren Sapp, too, a guest that we had on last week at this time, gave us a recommendation to go watch the documentary on his Tampa Bay football team, Raise the Flags, which is kind of like the Bulls documentary where they sit down and talk to all the old players. So shout out to him. That was an amazing documentary I watched. And if y'all watched the interview, you would have heard Coach Sapp say, go watch it. So y'all make sure y'all go watch that thing.
You just can't give my Cowboys no props, man. It just ain't in you.
You know what? I will. Because I saw
Coach Sapp didn't say it's like the Bulls documentary. He said, man, it's like the Cowboys documentary on Netflix. And you ain't even want to quote that.
Let me get a Cowboys for props real quick, because I saw a clip from the Thanksgiving game, and after the game they won, and the dude stuck his hand in the turkey and held it up like this, and everybody took a bite off it, like some old caveman. So shout out to the Cowboys for that.
There's a lot of shows that have flags they throw on each other. I'm throwing a little hat on Chico.
Why?
Because why it got to be he stuck? I love how he did.
That's what
I know he did, but Chico, why is that fondness to you?
Because I knew it would bother you. So we got 259 watching right now and growing. So we're gonna bring on the legend, the CU legend, former NFL veteran also, and he will beat breaks off of a guy like Uncle Neely and hell myself too. I put myself in that. I raise my hand because I'm a gray belt.
I don't even think we could take them together.
I mean, that's because you gonna run.
Chico, let me tell you why you don't run from him.
He
gonna be so mad that he had to chase you. He gonna whoop you more. Just Chico, like, I don't think they do it now, Westbrook. But back in my day with this gray hair, when they had a tornado warning in school, you just got in the hallway, put your head down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna treat like a tornado warning. I'm just getting down, tugging my head. I ain't running.
Y'all crazy, man.
And we got the legendary man, Michael Westbrook, in the building. As you can see,
yes, sir.
He is alive and well and prospering. Erroneous reports were put out there on social media, clickbait, saying that my man was not doing good. He was down bad, had brain cancer, all kind of stuff going wrong, just lying on the man. But y'all can see Michael Westbrook is with us. Mike, how you feeling? And then how did you feel when you saw that article about yourself?
I'm silly, right? So the first thing I was like, man, I should probably go to the hospital to see if this is true. You know what I'm saying? But what I did is I tracked down that website and went on. There was like 140 comments on it. You know, everybody saying, you know, we praying for you, Brooke, and what, you know, we hope you pull through and like all of this stuff. And I was like, dang. And one was by Sugar Ray Leonard Jr., a friend of mine, and he said, I've seen this same exact post with about 5 different players' picture on it because there was no mention of my name. There was no mention of nobody's name in the whole article. It was just saying football legend. It never said a name. And he said he's seen the same article with different people's pictures in it. So somebody's just doing that for clickbait, you know. So
wow, that's
he
sad.
got lots of activity on that thing now.
Yeah. And so that leads to revenue for him. You know, that's what people do nowadays. I've seen pictures of like obituaries online of famous people. This guy was in a terrible car accident, and it'd be like an AI image of them in an accident for real. They do that just to get the traction and clickbait and things of that nature, man, which is sad. They play with people's lives.
But we easy pickings though, you know what I'm saying? They know I done had 5, 9 concussions. All football players, we're all in the same boat, you know what I'm saying? So we easy pickings, you know what I'm saying? Let's just go ahead and say, just pick a random football player, you know what I'm saying? And just put them on there. People will believe it because they know we used to run our head into other people's heads for a living. You know, especially back in those days, you know, it wasn't, you know, they didn't have the comfort of, you know, missing 2 weeks because you got tackled hard, you know. So, you
know. For real.
And Mike, let me hop right in on something, man. You got to witness Shedeur's first season there at Cleveland, and you got to, you know, see those last 4 games, 1, 3, or 4 of them. But you also got to see that head coach of the Browns get dismissed. What do you think that means for Cleveland, or what kind of coach does Cleveland need to bring in for Shedeur to be what he can be there?
You know, I'm a huge fan of the boy. You know what I'm saying? I watched him, you know, the whole, you know, for those 2 years at Colorado, you know, and we talked about it before. The whole interview the last time I was on the show was, you know, me just going on and on about the kid, right? And he's he needs somebody that's going to be there, that's just going to be on his team, on his side. He didn't have a coach teammate, you know what I'm saying? He had teammates that loved him because they knew the truth. The public didn't know, you know, they was just given information by the spies, you know what I'm saying? Like Mary Kay and DeGrossi, and, you know, those are spies for the head coach, you know what I'm saying? Like we had it, you know, I went through the same thing in Washington, you know, I'm like, how did this person find this out? You know what I'm saying? Or this is false information, but where they getting these leaks from? Well, those leaks are coming from the head coach to whatever he want to say and whatever he want people to know. He's telling them to spread this, and that's what they were doing. So he's never had the pleasure of having a teammate as a coach. You know what I'm saying? I had that at the beginning, but once the team starts failing real bad, now the coach is going to start looking for a scapegoat. You know what I'm saying? And Shedeur was his backup scapegoat plan, but he didn't realize Coach Shedeur was going to come in and do what he did. You know, so Shedeur needs a teammate as a coach, you know, somebody that's going to have his back, somebody that's going to put him, you know, first, and somebody's going to put him in position to succeed. And if he puts him in a position to succeed, that team is going to win a lot of games because that boy is special. You know, I wanted to talk about, you know, his stats, you know, like his interceptions. He threw 10 interceptions, right? But you can run down the line, and it's really only six interceptions, legitimate interceptions. You know, like 1 in Baltimore, 1 in Las Vegas, 1 in Tennessee, 3 in Chicago, 2 in Buffalo, 2 in Pittsburgh. Well, the 3 in Chicago, it was, you know, who takes the ball out of a receiver's hand once he catches it? Is that really a interception?
Right. On the quarterback?
You know what I'm saying? Is that really an interception? The receiver caught the ball. The guy took it out of his hands. You know, we call that an interception. You know, that was, to me, that was wild. And then the ball bounces off the guy's shoulder. What game was that? In Chicago. You know, was that Chicago?
It might have been one of Jerry Jeudy hit him in the end zone. Could have been Chicago.
Not that one. But when the kid was coming across him, I think it was Pittsburgh.
Oh,
the kid was coming across the middle. Hit on the shoulder. Yeah, Judkins on the shoulder. Boom. Yeah. That's another one. Another one. Kid was running. He was Shedeur scrambling. Lineman smashed him. Ball gets tipped straight up in the air. The other lineman catch it. That's another interception. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and they're like, he threw 10 interceptions, but you know, it's 10 interceptions, but wasn't all the quarterback's fault. All 10 of
Yeah.
those wasn't all the quarterback's fault.
Wasn't bad throws to the defense.
But so I would count out of those 10, 5 of those was he should have threw those away. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple
And
of those.
Mike, of those 5, right? When you look at that, he didn't get any reps with the ones, didn't play during OTAs, didn't play during camp, didn't play during preseason with the ones. How much of that gets fixed when you go into this NFL calendar year and you're getting all those things for next year, for next season?
Oh, you see, okay. So when you practice with the first team, you get to see all the first team stuff that's going on. Like if I'm going against, say, the first team defense, right? And I'm not, I'm on, I'm defense against defense. I get to understand what the quarterback is doing. I get to understand what the lineman is doing. I get to understand what the tight ends are doing versus what they're showing us. You know what I'm saying? So I get to see all of that stuff. And I can't even imagine being on ground level for the quarterback, all of the stuff that he has to see crisscrossing. Like this right here is a window.
Yeah.
That window just closed. Okay? So that window closes. He never gets to see this happen in practice. He never gets to see this. So he's just going off an instinct, like, I got to make a decision to throw this ball. But you didn't see this happen in practice. So this happens, and now your ball gets caught by the other team and going the other way. You know what I'm saying? So that happened to him a few times, and it should have happened to him a whole lot more because of his lack of preparation with the other team. But it didn't. So that's shout out to Shedeur for like not throwing 25 interceptions. Because he didn't get a chance to see all of the different reads and all the different windows being closed on him.
And sure, we've seen some great quarterbacks throw 20+ interceptions.
Oh, yeah.
So
Terry
it's been done
Bradshaw
before.
Terry Bradshaw threw 26 as a rookie.
Yeah. I think Peyton Manning threw like 20-something also. And look, they didn't lose faith in him. They didn't.
Nope.
They didn't try to bring in anybody else.
They was a starting quarterback, got reps with the starting, the first team. And you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Mike, I'm gonna hit you with your position for the Browns, though, because from where I sit, it looks like the Browns are lacking a true wide receiver one. How important is it to get Shedeur weaponry, not just protection on the O-line, because it clearly needs that, but weapons?
I hate, I'm a wide receiver, so like when I said that thing about Jerry Jeudy a little bit ago, it wasn't in malice or nothing like that. But you can't catch a ball and let somebody take it out your hands. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Something like that ain't never happened to me before. And to my point, when you as a wide receiver, when you running routes and letting balls pop off this stuff, like those things, I was telling somebody the other day, those are the only things I remember is dropping passes. I don't ever remember like my awesome plays and me jumping over people's head, catching one-handed catch. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I remember dropping passes. Like, you know what I'm saying? I remember every pass I dropped. You know what I'm saying? So something like a ball bouncing off my chest and somebody catching it, you know what I'm saying? That's a nightmare for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to dream about that for the rest of my life. Me catching a pass and somebody taking it out of my hands, that's a nightmare. I'm going to remember that for the rest of my life. Okay? So for Shedeur to get somebody that's not going to let those things happen, you know what I'm saying, that's going to fight for, like, when interceptions happen, like, in front of me, right? You can go to my film and see me not letting people catch the ball around me. Yeah. Like, we was playing against the Denver Broncos, it was thrown straight to Atwater. I dove straight up, parallel to the ground. These 3 fingers hit that ball. You ain't catching the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Turn into a DB.
The other team ain't catching the ball, right? So we need that kind of mentality in the new receiver that we potentially pick or whatever. We need that kind of mentality. We don't need the kind of mentality where, oh well, this is about to get picked. No. I work for the quarterback.
Exactly.
I work for the offensive line. Yeah. This is my job right here. Right. And my job is just not just catching passes, it's doing all the other nuances that goes into actually winning the game.
How is he going to have confidence to throw it to you if he know that he could throw it to you and you're not going to fight for it if it's a bad pass? You're not going to keep it from being an interception. You got to have the confidence to know that, man, it's going to be a reception or it's going to be an incompletion. It's not going to be an INT because I'm not going to let it happen.
I am not here to toot my own horn. I done seen interceptions happen right in front of me. Chased the guy down, dove, knocked it from under his hand, got the fumble, we recovered the fumble. I've done that several times. You know, and the coaches didn't even realize, like, I'm the one that, like, you know, knocked the ball out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not. This is my team. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So we need that in my opinion, we need that kind of mentality from the receivers, from any receiver that we got. This Shedeur is going to get in the future. You know, somebody that's going to be tough and somebody that's going to, you know, play for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Let's pivot.
Hold on, before we pivot. Let me ask him this. Do you think it'll be easier for the Browns to find quality offensive linemen early in the draft or quality wide receivers early in the draft? Like, which one should they prioritize, and which one do you think they can get in later rounds in the draft?
I need my priority, you know, even me being as a wide receiver, I've been telling people this for 20 years. You have to build around the quarterback starting with the offensive lineman. I mean, the receivers, we can get by with the receivers that we have. We got some decent receivers. They're not the great, you know, what we're looking for. You know, they're decent receivers, and that's what you need. If you have a really good offensive line and a really good quarterback, the receivers are going to look great. Even if, you know, they're not the best receivers, they're going to look great. But if you got a great offensive line, great quarterback, and good receivers, you're going to contend for a Super Bowl. I mean, only from the offensive perspective.
Right. So you can find some good receivers later on. You could trade for some good receivers, but you gotta hit in the draft early with the offensive line to build around the quarterback.
If the quarterback ain't got time, then the offense ain't got time.
Right. It doesn't matter who's out there as a receiver. Yeah.
So that's why the offensive line is literally the most important thing behind the quarterback on offense.
Thank you.
Y'all heard it from one of the greats. One of the greats said, "No, I would pick an O lineman before I pick the receiver."
Oh yeah.
Right. Hit the like button. Put them W's in the chat for us right now. Run it up. Hit that like and hit that hype button also. Go ahead, Unc. I know you had the question.
Hey man, we got to talk some CU football. You know, you played there, cover Sports Illustrated, all that. That man name is up in the stadium, and we won 3 games, Mike. And when you look at that season last year, and you look at what Coach Prime has done in this portal window, mixing it all together, where's your level of confidence for the bounce back?
I think what he just did with this recruiting, with this class, is phenomenal. Okay, he got a good mix of kids and a really good high quality mix of kids. You know, the quality of kids that he picked is we're gonna do some things, and we'll probably win. We're gonna win 8, 9+ games next year. So, you know, I haven't been wrong yet about, you know what I'm saying. I'm looking into the future, and this is what I see. This is what I see. And you know, like, and I know, like I said, I don't like bad mouthing, you know, like players and nothing like that. But it was a struggle last year because, you know, at the quarterback position, obviously, you know, it was that was frustrating, man. Watching, you know, it was nearly Chico. I had a rough time watching those games. Just watching the decisions being made by our quarterback, you know, by our leader. You know, it was just a bunch of bad decisions, like time and time again. And I know Coach Prime was feeling exactly how I felt, but, you know, times 10. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think we're going in the right direction. I think, you know, without saying any names from the new class, it's a great mix of high quality kids.
Yeah, you know, you look at the QB situation. No one was anticipating or expecting that you would replace Shedeur Sanders. But you needed, you know, a certain level to succeed. And one of the glaring things, and I don't know if fans necessarily, you know, see it, but when you go through a season, and even in the first part of the season, you go through 3 quarterbacks and none of it was because of injury, it's pretty telling that you're searching, you know, for that spark and that execution, searching for something.
Now, you can't expect the young boy who should still be in high school, should have still been in high school, to come and do, you know what I'm saying? Even though he's going to be, in my opinion, he's going to be a great quarterback. He's the quarterback of our future, in my opinion. I think that kid is, you know, super talented. But you can't ask him to come in and clean up what the garbage. You know, it just, you know. But we've moved on, and, you know, I think with what he's done in this recruiting class is going to propel us to where we're trying to go.
Particularly in the wide receiver room, when you talk about, you know, the quarterback needing weapons, was we were talking about with Shedeur, you really reloaded there.
Yeah, yeah. I like those. I like the receivers that he's brought in. You know, it's I can't wait to see him on the field though. Yeah, I'm coming down there for training camp so I can watch, so I can put my eyes on him, like I always do, and I'll be able to tell Dan right away. You know, as soon as I lay my eyes on him.
Yeah, I think Coach Prime went over.
Funny story. What is that?
No, I was just going to say he went over. I think he got production over potential this year. You know, not to cut you off though. Go ahead.
No. I was a couple of years ago. I was at training camp, and this kid just kept coming making these plays, and I was like, I went to Dion, I went to Prime, I was like, who is this kid? He was like, his name is Travis Hunter. He the truth. I was like, God dang. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that was fun. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know we didn't know who Travis Hunter was. You know what I'm saying? Because he, you know, I was down first day of training camp. I'm there. You know what I'm saying? And this kid is making some amazing plays, doing crazy stuff at practice. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, you know, he had that old school practice mentality. Like, I don't care. This practice is it's all the same to me. You know, practice games ain't no difference. I'm going up making ridiculous plays, landing crazy in practice. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, this kid is, I don't know who this kid is yet, but this boy is about to be special. And it was Travis.
The importance of practicing full speed, man, for timing and rhythm and expectations. But Michael, you say you pulled up and you looking at it. What are you looking for to know you see it?
I'm looking for so I got this thing in my brain, right, that goes, the key to success. Everybody has their own, what is the key to success in their mind? What is the key to success for everybody? Usually something different. But for me, it's always effort. Okay.
Yes.
Effort. From that effort is the building blocks of anything that we want to actually do, or anything we want to create, or anything we want to be. Effort. If you have zero effort, then you have nothing. So effort for me is I'm looking at kids' efforts. You know, talent. We're gonna be talented. We're gonna see talent everywhere, right? But if I don't see the effort, I stop looking right away. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And I've been pretty much on point with my observations.
Yep. He passed that eye test, dog.
Yeah,
same thing.
Yeah.
When I first saw him out here at Polynesian Bowl, that's what kind of jump started me to say, man, I need to get on this. I need to cover this because this kid gonna be special. Out of all the guys that was out here at this All-Star game, that kid gonna be special right there. Uncle Neely can attest to it. Hell.
Exactly. It's the effort. This. You know, you stop looking when you don't see effort. You just stop looking at the kid. Like, oh, okay,
right.
Who is this kid right here? Just smoking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when you get a bunch of kids running around like that, you got a good team.
Yep. You can control your attitude and your effort.
Mike, you should ask Chico how he got to cover the Polynesian Bowl.
How you get to cover that?
Come on, Mike, you wasn't supposed to ask that. You supposed to just gloss over.
I glossed over that.
I got up in there. Just know I got in there some type of way. That's all.
Okay. I won't ask.
I beat the press coverage.
Okay. I won't even ask no more questions.
It got me to where I am right now, though.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, you know, sneaking in the movies.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
All right. Well, let's go. Let's stay on Colorado real quick. Let's stay on Colorado, right? What are your favorite type wide receivers, Mike? Is it the shifty guy? Is it the big fella? Is it the in between? Like, what would be your prototype wide receiver?
Somewhere kind of in between, like, you know, shifty, you know, and aggressive. I like, you know, I'm like 60-40, aggressive, shifty. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. To be a big guy, you know, I'm like 60-40. You know, people never expect me to be shifty, but that's what I was known for, like, you know, dazzling people with like how quick and fast I was based on how big I was. Right. So I look for aggressiveness in receivers too. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm from the wishbone. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I first pulled up to Colorado, I was blocking 90% of the time, and then occasionally catching passes. And then I don't know if you know the story. I used to steal plays back in the day. I don't know if y'all know the story. No, you know the story.
No, you gotta let us know this story.
Yeah, I used to steal plays.
From the opposing team, or
no, from players like the other receivers.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I got
you. yeah. I used to steal plays. And so everybody know. I mean, everybody, like the team know. Like, but I never. Like, the public don't know, you know what I'm saying? So it was
walk us through it, right?
Break it down.
Kids out there that play football, don't do this. It could get you kicked off the team. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was Darren Hagan was a quarterback. This is these are his favorite stories about me stealing plays. I used to steal plays, man. And it was Mark Henry, wide receiver, Rico Smith, the other wide receiver, and I was on the bench. It was early 91. I was a redshirt freshman at the time. I redshirted in 90, so now I'm a redshirt freshman. This is my second year, 91. And we'd be practicing, they'd be practicing reverses, and I'm just looking at the plays because, I'm running scout team over here. And I'm looking across the field, like looking at the reverse, and like I know the plays, you know what I'm saying? And so play action passes, because we don't pass the ball, you know what I mean? So I'm looking at these things like oof, oof, oof. So I'm on the sideline. I used to run in, get in the wishbone, power eye, you know what I'm saying? Go in motion, go block Alfred Williams. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is what I did, you know what I'm saying? Canavis McGee. I'm running boom. This is what I'm doing my freshman year, just blocking backers. And so occasionally I'm sitting over there getting ready to listening to the play. They getting ready to run the play in, but Rico and Mark are already in the huddle, or Rico's in the huddle, or Mark is in the huddle, and it's a reverse or it's a play action. I'll be like, come on out, and I'll just take the play. And they'd be like, who told Westbrook to go in? Touchdown.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did that a couple of times, and next thing you know, I was starting.
Yeah, now they're like, damn.
I did that about eight or nine times. I'm like, come on out. And they like, what play? Y'all, and they,
and before you know it, they running the play, you scored a touchdown.
Making people miss and jumping over people. They're like, this kid is dang.
We got to get him the ball.
And next thing you know, the very next season, they changed the whole offense, passing attack, just because of that right there.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's when I called, that was my first All-American season, was the next season.
Yep. So. Got to go get it. You know what? You mentioned red shirt. And, there's a rule that's just been voted on. I'm not sure if it's going to go into effect yet, but to extend the red shirt from 4 games now you could be a red shirt and play 9 games now in college football. At least they're voting insane on it, right? That's insane.
Yeah, so for us, you know what it was, right?
0 games.
0. If you put your foot on that field in a uniform, you've lost your red shirt.
That was the season, yeah.
Yep.
That was the season. You couldn't put your foot on the field. You got 1 foot on the field during the season, and you're a true freshman. Your red shirt season is over.
Right.
You just played in the game.
You just played. Damn.
Yep. Not 1 catch, not 1 play, not 1 nothing. You done.
And then they took it up to 4, and now 9. That's a season.
About 9. Yeah, that's. You can play a full season now. Yeah.
That's a mulligan in golf.
Yeah, that's what I said. Look, just make this thing 5 seasons with a do-over and stop.
That's why the Indiana, the average age is 27 years old. All them boys 32 years old. Like what?
Yeah, and I'm like you, Mike. I'm not saying this from a place of malice. I'm just saying it from here's what it is. It's the same thing when you go up against a Utah and their kids go on missions for 1 or 2 years first and then come. Like you playing 24-year-olds.
Yep.
Right. Exactly.
You playing grown men out there.
At 25, 20, when I was 23 years old, like when I was 22 years old, about to get drafted. So, most of us got drafted at 22, and I was old. You know what I'm saying? That's 5 years of college. I'm 22 years old. I'm one of the top percentages of oldest guys in the NCAA at 22. Yeah. I'm one of the oldest guys, you know what I'm saying, period. And everybody to me, my senior year felt like kids. They felt like little boys. And every time I lined up, I felt bad because I'm about to slap this little kid in his head and ain't nothing he can do about it. You know what I'm saying? And I felt that way the whole entire season. I'm like, when I was 25 and came back to college just to hang out with, I'm like, these are babies. You know what I'm saying? It felt like high school kids when I was 25. And that was the average age of every player on Indiana team.
Right.
25 years old.
And now these guys can play college football and get paid for it. And now it's less, I guess, incentives to go pro early. You have the guys leaving after their junior season. Why do it now? Like a Dante Moore, right?
Yeah.
Come back and still get paid and play college football, get more reps. You saw a guy like Bo Nix have 61 starts in college football. Unbelievable.
That's insane.
Come on, man.
We had 4 years to do it, and that's it.
So I'll take something that I said last show, and I saw somebody in chat just said, does that mean that a guy like yourself, a guy like myself, we owed a few games or a year at least, and that means we
Oh
can get some
yeah,
NIL money?
Let's for real. Let's go back, dog. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back and get a couple. I told him I got a hitch. I got a hitch in me. You know what I'm saying? I can
I
run
got
a
a hitch
hitch.
route.
We
Yeah.
got.
I could block the hell out of an 18-year-old right now. What? I'm
Right,
pancaking him.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Get them 6 figures, baby.
Right.
For
Crazy.
playing football. Unbelievable.
I felt like I was playing with kids.
I'm gonna put my money on Westbrook, Chico.
Hey, I will too, but I'm saying I can go out there and be productive.
Chico got a hitch in him. You know what I'm saying?
I got something. I got to have to play somewhere.
Yeah, that's true. He got something. It had been medically identified, but he got it.
Right.
They probably just gonna name it after him. You got Chico-itis.
Hey, we both got it though. You know what I'm saying? We both used to run our head into, you know what I'm saying? Like
For real.
That's ain't no avoiding that, especially from our day. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no avoiding it.
Hey, Mike,
helmet's different.
I asked Chico one day, I said, Chico, what do you miss most about the game? If there's just one thing, man, what do you miss about it?
He took it the wrong way. He took the wrong way.
I miss being down in that pile with everybody's legs all over each other.
Hey, Mike, what I meant was this, Mike, and you might understand.
What you said, what I just said.
No, I did. I ain't say it like that. What I meant like
y'all crazy.
Tell me you don't miss like the skirmish, like the fighting for that extra yard. Like people trying to tell you when you trying to get
fighting for an extra yard. And said I miss being at the bottom of the pile with everybody's legs tangled up.
He's still twisting it up on you.
He cold at that now.
I'm keeping my mouth closed.
Even the chat room, he said at the bottom. I like being at the bottom of the pile.
Hey, I ain't saying nothing because my favorite stuff all got to do with balls and you know what I'm saying? Like I can't wait for the ball to go up so I can go and grab it. You know what I'm saying?
Unc would take that and twist it.
I ain't saying I ain't gonna even.
Well, that's an easy fix. He just say football. You said, Chico, and I quote,
football. Yeah.
I like being at the bottom of the pile.
Right.
All those legs twisted up, just fighting over the ball.
Yeah.
Out of all the stuff he could have picked.
Hey, Mike, I will say you spot on though, man, about like missing those passes and just remembering those.
That ball go up, you know what I'm saying? That ball go up, ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it. Just seeing that ball in the air. Even short passes, long passes, don't matter. The ball go up in the air, ain't nothing like seeing that ball coming your way. Your eyes go from here to here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, oh, it's on and popping. You know what I'm saying? And that's your opportunity to get busy. You know what I mean?
He throwing it. Like you at the wide receiver, you had a dependent position. Now you could run a route, you could run the best damn route and still not get the ball. That's got to be one of the worst things about it.
Running for nothing. We used to call those RFNs. Running for nothing. Just be out there running play after play after play. Just coming, okay. What's next? Another route that you ain't gonna throw me the ball.
Like I didn't play receiver. Like I played tight end in high school, but I didn't play receiver literally until I got to college. And when I moved over there, and the wide receiver coach said, "Hey man, all we do is run and catch." I almost turned around because I was like, run. Woo.
Yeah.
Put me some blocking in there or something.
No, we used to call that a track meet right there.
Yeah.
The track meet. When 92 first came, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you, Mike, as a receiver, right? Of course, particularly your caliber, your skill set, your mentality, you want the ball. Like that's understandable. But how many of these routes do you run before you just be like, all right, man, damn, now come on now.
When 92 first came, when like I told you, the 91 season, I was just blocking. 92 pops up. We practiced crazy, right? 92 came, and the reality hit me that I'm about to catch a lot of balls, and I'm about to run a lot. You know what I'm saying? But my brain wasn't really prepared for that. And you can ask Cordell. You can ask Stu. We was in practice, not in practice. We in the game. Colorado State University. I think I caught 10 or 11 balls. That's the first time I ever caught that many balls in the game. I think I had like 9 or 10. I don't remember what it was, but I know I had like 190 yards, something crazy, right? And I just remember one drive. It was like Westbrook. I went to the huddle. I was like, Cordell, throw that damn ball to somebody else this next play. Are you tripping? You know what I'm saying? I was like, Cordell, just chill, dog. Throw it to CJ. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's probably the best problem to have as a receiver.
I know, but
though.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
We was young. You know what I'm saying? I'm 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You throwing me every ball. I'm like, dog, time out. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? And then 2 years later, I'm like, could you please throw me the ball, dog?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, can I get a pass? Yeah.
Over 167 receptions, over 2,500 yards, 19 touchdowns for your college career. Man, will we ever see a prolific receiver like that again?
That was almost in 3 years.
Yeah, just 3 years. Will we ever see one like that again come through Colorado, let alone college football, and stay for 3 years and have those numbers?
I think that's going to be the challenge, Mike, is that in this new era of college football, you know, guys like yourself who got records and established things the way you did, you were there consecutive seasons. Now, some of your more prolific players are just 1 or 2 years.
Oh, that's
what was so phenomenal about what Shedeur did numbers-wise. Like, he eclipsed a lot of Colorado records that people established 3 or 4 years of playing, and he did it in 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, I think that if we were to ask about MMA right quick, and are you an MMA fan? Do you watch?
I haven't been keeping up with it as much as I used to.
Okay.
You know, once Shedeur and Travis got drafted, I was done with everything. I don't even watch pro football until they got drafted. Now I'm watching every single game. You know what I'm saying? Everything that they're doing. All the guys actually that's from Colorado, all of them. I'm watching all their stuff. So no more time for nothing else for me.
Yeah. Hey, Travis, he had an injury this season, and reports are he come back and they're going to continue to let him play on both sides of the football. What do you think about Travis doing that on both sides of the ball his rookie year and then coming back to do the same thing?
The same as I always thought. You're gonna get it uncut. From me, I told Neely and I told Dion. It's the same. I'm like, you are. You got to be in it once you get to the NFL. It's not like it's probably different though. But once you get to the NFL, it's a matter of luck for longevity. If you can make it 8, 9, 10, 11 years and you ain't had no serious injury, that's luck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's on one side of the ball. You know what I'm saying? That's one side of the ball. You are lucky because everybody is so fast and it's so easy to run past somebody and hit something. A knee, an elbow, a wrist. You know what I'm saying? Things get broke. I ain't break nothing until I went to pro. When I got drafted, I started breaking everything was getting broke. You know what I'm saying? Not nothing when I was in college or nothing. As soon as I got drafted, everything was just a mess. You know what I'm saying? I had 0 injury-free seasons. 0.
Damn.
The most games I played this season was 13. That was it.
You're gonna get hurt playing football, dog. That's guaranteed.
So that's what I was just saying. About Travis. It's just like one side of the ball is dangerous, the other side of the ball is dangerous. Both of them at the same time is 2 times as dangerous. It just makes sense. And I'm just like, like I told Neely a long time ago. I said I would either give him more on one side than I would the other. I wouldn't be, have him doing what he did in college. He was a grown man playing with kids when he was in college.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit easier. You know what I'm saying? And I know Dion says that pro is easier, but it might be easy like for, people ain't trying to get hurt or whatever, but the speed is completely different. And so when you run into each other or run past each other, the collision of a car running into a wall at 20 miles an hour versus a car hitting that wall at 50 miles an hour is 2 different types of collision. You sitting in the seat at 20 mile an hour might be like, boom. Okay, now go 50. Okay. You going from 20 miles an hour in college to 50 miles an hour in the league. Okay.
There's another grown man.
Yeah. So that's all I'm saying. The chances of being injured is just horrible.
Yeah.
That's all. Nothing against Travis,
No.
You speak in statistics.
Yeah, that's all. You know, I love you. You know, I love him, and I love I love Shedeur, I love Colorado, I love all you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But this is just, to me, is just a fact.
Yeah, we're gonna see how it works out. Our third host, Professor Chuck Bishop, would say, it's gonna be very interesting to see how that works out.
No, I hope I'm wrong, and I hope they don't overplay him on one side. You know what I'm saying? I hope they underplay him on one side and overplay him on the other side. You know, he can probably have a little bit more luck on his side if he just keeps those one side to a minimum, even if he alternates.
Which one would you like to see him play most on? What side of the ball you like to see him play most on?
It's probably gonna get more likely hurt playing wide receiver than he will playing cornerback. So locking receivers down, that's it's awesome for the team. Taking a hole, you know what I'm saying? That's beautiful. Getting picks and getting the ball back for the, so he's a dope receiver. Obviously.
But we can use him in spots at the wide receiver. But what you can give us on the defense side of the ball would be even more of an effect of this team that can lead to success. Turning over the ball.
He's a lockdown corner.
Yeah, big time. Them football skills.
Speaking of lockdown corners, Westbrook, one of your teammates from your era, Chris Hudson, is going into the College Football Hall of Fame.
Yes,
I talked to him. I've been talking to him every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, welcome to the club, dog. He's number 5 or number 6 for Coach Mack.
Yeah.
Coach Mack got 3 more coming. He gonna be like one of the tops as far as who having the most College Football Hall of Fame players in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris was the truth, man. He trying to get in touch with you too, by the way, Neely. He said you ain't okay. He's trying to get in touch with you. No, Chris was amazing. It was me and him, true freshmen together, and at Colorado. Could you imagine that at practice?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine that?
It's after practice. I can only imagine.
No, we was both real. We was both real mean. You know what I'm saying? And because I line up at for one-on-ones, and a kid would come and stand in front of me, and I'd be like, "Yo, get your little ass out here! What the hell? Where Chris at? Where your bring
me somebody else up here. Yeah,
no, not somebody else. Chris, where you at? Let's go, dog. What you doing? What you doing?" And he used to do the same thing to me. He'd get up there and he'd be like, "No, man," because he's from Houston. He'd be like, "No, man, no, man. Go on. Where Westbrook at, man? Where Westbrook at, man? Oh, come on, Westbrook. Let's go. I don't know what you're doing back there, man. Let's go, man."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was Chris. You know what I'm saying? We did that together, and every day we beat the crap out of each other every single day. And when we go to the games, I'd be like, "What is wrong with these other DBs?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just because I was going against him every day.
Yeah.
So, that was good stuff.
That's got to be one of the things that you missed most right there.
Who you think coming behind y'all?
Well, we got Danny Graham, we got Matt Russell, we got Joe Garden. Joe Garden probably should go in before Joe Garden, offensive lineman. Garden should probably go in before any of these guys because he's older than us. You know what I'm saying? So Joe should be, in my opinion, the order should be Joe Garden, then Matt Russell, then Danny Graham. Danny Graham's a shoe-in, obviously 2-time All-American, the tight end. He was the truth. Daniel Graham. So those three right there should be coming down the pipe in the next 5 years.
And Graham was the beast.
Y'all gonna mess around, have 11 and have a starting unit.
I know. Well, we gonna have some in the future. Obviously, we already know. But like right now, you got to put in their time or whatever. But we got 3 coming. We should have 3 more coming up here pretty quick.
Yes, indeed.
That's dope.
Got
a super chat question for you, Westbrook. C. Maven dropped that 21. We love 21. I always bet on 21 black. Greetings, Mr. Mike Westbrook. What's your take on reevaluating body dimensions beyond BMI using power, leverage, limb length, density, movement efficiency to truly identify alpha players, not just the big or fast ones?
It's kind of hard to look at somebody's body type and get a fix on how they're going to perform. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit hard to just look at somebody, but you can, like the book, don't judge a book by its cover type of thing. You know what I'm saying? You can always use that as a reference, but you can statistically wise look at somebody and be like, oh, that guy looks like an athlete, especially if he's on playing Division I ball. He got there for a reason, and he looks like that. You know what I'm saying? So you can see a guy with mates, let's say like Dion. Dion got, well, I don't know if he coming on the chat with us, but Dion got monkey arms. I used to
Long
look
arm.
at Dion, and so he deflected. I know for a fact he deflected a lot of passes because his hands hang down, close to his knee. He got long arms, deceptively long arms too.
Yeah.
And
he can scratch his knees standing up.
Yeah. So you can see something like that on the kid, especially if he's being successful, like little things. You know what I'm saying? Like why is he? Oh, this kid got long, and then on top of that, Dion crazy dumb fast with long arms. So like he gonna get somewhere, and before he get there, his arm length is gonna help him out a little bit more. So he had an unfair advantage as far as that goes. Other than that, you can't really look at somebody's muscles, and be like, oh, that, he's this and he's that. You just can't judge a kid, because you don't know what's in here. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's in here. I don't care how he look, you don't know what's in here. Just like when I used to box and do kickboxing, and I get in the ring with big dudes, but you don't know, like, I'm like, bam, he gone. You know like I don't care how big you. I don't care. Like this right here.
That's not for me, don't Chico.
All right.
No, that's why I be telling Unc.
No, that's what we telling you. That's not for me, though. Damn, you gone. Chico came too. Said, "Come on, Neil." I said I was ready to fight. He's like, "No, the fight over. Like we at the hospital. What you talking about?"
Come on, man. Yeah. Hey, thank y'all for joining in right now. This is the Morning Run. Uncle Chico got a special guest, of course, the legendary Michael Westbrook. Y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this thing. Let everybody know that you can watch it right now on the Pregame Network.
Coach is still trying to make it on. He's wrapping up some meetings right now. I've been texting with him, so we'll see if he makes it before the show ends. But he sure wanted to come on, and I know you had a special question for him, so hopefully he can make it.
Oh man, that's funny, Westy.
You got a $5 super Westbrook. First of all, you were nasty. Secondly, who in CU's current draft do you really like? Like who's like that?
You're talking about the kids we just picked up?
Maybe they're talking about.
I'm assuming so. Yes, sir.
Oh man, what's that? The receiver, the fast 2.0, fresh. What's his name?
What's that on the team name? Right now?
The kid the kid they're talking about. I don't even understand the question.
You're talking about the ones you brought in for the portal, Chico. You got the receiver graph.
Gotcha.
Okay, yeah.
The receiver. I could forget the kid's name. What's the kid's name?
DeAndre Moore from Texas or Cam Perry from Miami of Ohio. Ernest Campbell, Sacramento State.
Let me find him. Let me find him real quick here. He is. Let me see here. Here we go. Let me see here. That's not him. That kid. Let me see here.
Yeah, I got another question too. I got to make sure I don't.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Answer the question. I'm gonna find this while you.
Well, we've seen in this class also, and with the addition of D-line coach Pecco, we've seen what looks like a resurgence of the Polynesian pipeline back to Colorado. What do you think about that? And who are some of the? Were you a part of some of those teams that had some of those great Samoan players also?
Yeah, Vili Mau and we had a whole bunch of. I mean, that tradition was for us was real thick and heavy when I was playing. You know what I'm saying? I almost got beat up by some of them guys when I was on my freshman recruiting trip.
What happened? What?
That's funny that you went straight to what happened.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, ain't no way you think you finna just say that, move on. Like,
what? No, it's just a true story. So I'm on my recruiting trip, and the kid's name. Don't let me forget. His name is Ernest Campbell.
Okay, okay, yeah.
So
Sac State.
I'm at the party. We had an AKA party. I'm like, dang, Colorado got a lot of black people. Dang, they didn't trick me, right? They didn't took me to the AKA party. You know, the AKAs, right?
Yeah.
So is there number of black chicks there? I'm like, I'm from Detroit. I'm like, hey, this is my type of thing. And CJ, Charles Johnson, the quarterback, he is, got me, he's standing around me. Ron Woolfork, Leonard Renfro, these all Detroit cats. We all together. And I'm like, dang, I want to find me a little honey. I'm on the floor with her. We getting our dance all right. And then this short little dude was just standing behind me like this. Like, I'm like, dog, what you doing, dog? I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Then he pushed me. I'm like, you from Detroit? I'm like, yeah, I'm from Detroit, dog. And he like, okay. So I keep dancing. He pushed me again. You from Detroit, nigga? You from Detroit? I'm like, yeah, I'm from Detroit. He like, you hard, nigga? You ain't hard. You ain't hard. He pushed me. I pick him up, turn him over. Boom, bow.
Body
Break
slam?
the table. I didn't pick him up over my head, but I picked him, you know what I'm saying? He came off the ground and I body slammed him on the table. Boom! Just like his feet came up in the air. Boom! He hit the table broke. Air mayhem, break loose. Boom, boom. Samoans jump up with their little joints on, and they jumped up, ran over there, like, what's up? And then CJ jumped in front of them, and everybody was tripping, you know what I'm saying? The cat was Eric Bieniemy, but I body slammed. And Eric was like, no, leave him alone. I just want to see what he was gonna do. I like you. You better bring your ass here. You coming here. You better come here. I like this cat. I like him. And I didn't dump Eric Bieniemy, 1990. This is 1989 because it was my recruit.
Ladies and gentlemen, only on the morning run can you hear the story of Michael Westbrook taking on Eric Bieniemy and his Samoan bodyguards.
You don't know. Eric Bieniemy at that time was, he was the stuff. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Everybody, when I did that and he jumped up, everybody, all I saw was a sea of big dudes just came to protect him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He had to stop them from hurting me. You know what I'm saying? He was like, no. Then little Charles Johnson ran in front of me. And everybody was like, chill. He's the recruit. And EB was like, no, I like him. I just want to see what he's going to do. Chill. Then he grabbed me. He's like, I like you, nigga. I like you. You know what I'm saying? You better come here. I'm like, oh, you crazy.
He saw what you was going to do. All right.
Damn.
I was like, you crazy, dog. You crazy. Don't be. Yeah.
That's great. Where's Bieniemy from?
The story went the way you said.
California, LA.
Okay,
somewhere in
right.
California.
Yeah, that's right.
Mike, if the story went the way you said, which I assume it did,
mm-hmm.
you let him get away with a couple of pushes. You know,
I did. I was
trying to take the high road.
I didn't care because this girl was so fine. I was dancing with. You know what I'm saying? And my brain was just like locked on this thing right here. I'm like, dog, this thing. I was like, woo wee. You know what I'm saying? And then he pushed me. I'm like, chill out, dog. You know what I'm saying? The next thing you know,
and he's shorter than you.
And she gone now. She done disappeared. Gone.
Damn.
Yeah, I think most ladies would have disappeared.
She gone.
You know, the dude I'm dancing with pick up the starting running back throwing through a table. It's probably time for the dip.
Damn. Wow.
Got into it.
Those fights in college, though, man. Ooh. I remember, I stayed away from them, man. I stayed away.
So y'all don't even know, dog. Coach Mack, people would start fighting at our practices, and Coach Mack would be like, move the drill, let's go. And he had to turn his back to people fighting back there. They'd be balling, they'd be throwing them. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, sound a lot like your man Deion Sanders.
What'd you say?
It sounded a lot like your man Deion Sanders.
I told him
if
that he sounded like
wrong, he gonna go get the boxing gloves.
Exactly.
Y'all really want to fight? Go ahead.
Yeah, there was not a day that went by that we didn't have multiple fights. Not ever. We had multiple fights every single day.
And Mike, they get mad at me when I measure that in spring camp and fall camp.
Right. That's you're just measuring the intensity. That's all.
Yeah.
You're measuring intensity.
How many fights in football and no fight?
They're like, oh, why are you talking about the players fighting each other? Because that's what's up.
If you disrespect me at practice, we throwing them right here. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just, but people be like, oh, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like,
we fight. And we can legally do it out here at practice.
Yeah.
What? Ain't nothing gonna happen. But the coaches say break it up and y'all go ahead. What?
Exactly. That's it.
That's it. You seen Training Day, Denzel?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. That's what that scene remind me of. Mike was Hoyt. Bieniemy was Denzel. He got the drop on him. And they like, no, I like it.
I like it. Exactly.
That's one thing I think all football players like kind of miss, like that legal, I call it legal accepted violence that we can inflict on one another.
But that's why we mess when we retire, though. You know what I'm saying? That's why I found I had to find jiu-jitsu and boxing and Muay Thai. I had to find all of that stuff because I compare it. Obviously, it's a different level. Obviously, I compare it to like a soldier. You know what I'm saying? I go off to Afghanistan. I'm living this life.
Yeah.
You know, I'm killing. I'm doing all of this, protecting my country. This, you know, I'm doing this and blowing up this and doing this. And now I come home and I got to get a job at Rent-A-Center. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
dog,
Like,
you just want me to turn it off, forget about it, and go do this?
Yeah, that's. But I found another combat sports. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was always cool. I'm straight. Everybody else is out there
I need to
struggling.
get straight. I need to
Yeah, I
go
know.
to jujitsu or something. I'm next.
Exactly. You know, I started
Because a guy
late
like
too.
Uncle Neely walk in front of me, Mike, I be having to hold myself and just come here.
Y'all too crazy, boy.
That's the problem, Mike. It concerns me. Whenever I walk by, I look over at him. He holding himself.
Mike, we appreciate you joining us once again, man. Sometimes
like, why are you looking at me and touching your nipples, man? What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh, you're gone too far now, Big Mike.
Y'all
What's
too
wrong
crazy.
with him, Mike?
Yeah,
I don't know,
fun stuff, man. Thank you, guys.
Mike Chico is our version of Gold Dust from the wrestling days. You know,
Hey, did you know? You know what? I saw an old wrestling clip. Oh, and I saw Gold Dust before he became Gold Dust. That's Dusty Rhodes' son.
That's his son. Yeah,
that's his son.
Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Crazy.
Those are the days right there, boy.
Yeah, man. Lord have mercy.
Exactly.
You know how to do the whole thing. Look at him.
You know, Ric Flair was my dog. All the trash he used to talk.
Yeah. Rick was the man.
Rick was the man.
Rick had the girls, the jewelry, the money, trash talk, the long blonde hair.
He'll tell you too. He'll tell you.
Yeah.
I gotta go back to this beginning of Body Slam real quick, Mike.
Oh man.
Because you was on the recruit visit. Did Coach Mack or any other coaches find out about it?
Nobody knew. Somebody might have told him, but you know, nobody knew. You know, I committed that the next morning.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, I committed the next morning.
You said the Polynesians stood up and had their thing on.
The little what is it called?
The little wraps.
The little wraps.
Oh.
Yeah. Now I'm talking about that. I'm like, they was always like, to me, they being as Polynesian as they possibly can be, to let you know, like, I will kick your ass in a skirt, fool. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they was once you was in with them though, you know what I'm saying? The coolest people, love you to death. Then you can tell by how they treated EB. You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell, like, you know, they were, you know, they were gigantic. They was protectors. You know, it was they were awesome.
Down the ride for them.
Yep.
Shout out to all my Usos out there, my Tokos out there, and my Polynesians from all over the world. Put a big shocker in the chat for all of my guys, man, representing, and hopefully that pipeline will be wide open back to Colorado because, you know, nowadays, well, hell, any time in football, I think, especially being in the Midwest where Colorado is located, you have to dive into that Polynesian sector out there on the West Coast, bring in some guys to supplement because you're not going to have a full team. I think, my opinion, you're not going to have a full team of Southern football players that's going to decide to come there to Colorado. You got to supplement that with the guys from the West, a lot of Polynesians, I think, and make a great football team in Colorado.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Vili Mama.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sorry, Donnell Lemidi. I'm sorry, Vili. Vili's still alive. Rest in peace to Donnell Lemidi.
Well, we did sign a Vili. Taufa Tafua. I got to say it right. Vili Taufa Tafua from San Jose State.
Dang, that was good. You got that name out there, boy. That was good.
I'm trying to get it right. My wife is actually my kid's mother. My wife is actually Samoan. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm out here with the Samoan family. Shout out to all my Usos and family out here. Yes, indeed.
Right.
All right. Well, put the shockers up. Put your black fists high. Put your rebel flags in the sky if you're down south. We're going to get ready to end the show. Mike, you want to leave us with something?
No, man. Just love you guys and keep doing what you're doing. Everybody loves you guys, man. Don't keep it 100 like you always do, and you know we gonna keep being faithful to you guys and loyal to you guys, and you know keep it like that. Keep it moving.
Yes, sir. Mike, we appreciate you stopping through to the chat out there. We probably just had to bring Coach Prime on Mondays dealing with some portal stuff right now. So we're gonna have a good weekend. Unc and Chico live back Sunday night, and then the morning run back Monday midday. Man, y'all make sure y'all have a safe and prosperous weekend out there.
One
Big Dog
second, real
Chico,
quick.
what you got?
No, real quick.
Go ahead.
If you get him on, just call me. Just hit me for 5. I'm gonna come on for 5 minutes just so I can ask. He ain't gonna be dodging this question. You probably told him I was gonna ask him, but make sure you
I
call
didn't.
me.
Because I wanted to see his face when you ask it.
Okay, I was gonna use the word employee. Okay, I wasn't gonna say the other word. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm politically correct. You know what I'm saying? So just hit me up, and I'm gonna make it as politically correct as I possibly can. I just want to see his face and get the answer from him. I want to know.
Y'all put an NW in the chat for Mike Westbrook stopping by, man. CU legend, NFL legend, the miracle in Michigan, all of that. All if it's in there, he gonna come down with it. Unlike Chico,
right.
Mike likes the ball in there. Chico loves to tussle on the ground with legs locked up.
Mike, we appreciate you, Mike. Thank you, man. It's been an honor to speak with you. Anytime you want to come on, it's wide open for you. Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Michael Westbrook, y'all put a W in the chat for the legend.
That's him.
Man.
MW. He'll choke you out.
I'm not even gonna go back on what I said.
Man, I'm not either. We go talk, Chico. Oh, we go talk. Chico. We go talk. Oh, we finna have the words. Boy, if
y'all
we had
a silly in the chat,
OnlyFans after show, we could. Because when this show ends, me and you about to rap. We about to rap, Chico.
You try to say stuff and just be. You know what? Let me just leave it alone because, players fuck up, players mess up. Von Rounder, we appreciate you. Lethal Gaming up in here. Peter D, Supernatural. Elanissa 5-star up in this thing. Then Danny, I appreciate you. Big Rolex TV, oh no. Jewel in the chat. Jewel, I got you too. The Texas Truth, oh no. Craig Johnson. Randy Walker, yes. Randy Walker, you got your order a couple months ago. I saw it was a little bit delayed, but then it came through. So I appreciate you ordering on the website. If you haven't ordered on the website yet, you can go to unclechico.myshopify.com and get you some. The link is in the chat. You understand me?
Let me read you what 21 Black just sent me.
21 Black said.
He said it's bad. He'll hop on Monday or next week with us. But he said, I'm in the middle of interviews and we batting 1,000. I don't know if y'all watched Morning Wood this morning, but here's what I told y'all on Morning Wood. You done messed up.
No, you messed up, don't
you? Yeah, you know you messed up. Because not only does the portal don't close to 11:59 p.m., that's people getting in it. It closes. We got a game Monday, national championship. Their portal doesn't close to 5 days after that. And y'all done messed around and gave Deion Sanders a pocket of money he wasn't expecting to have. Okay.
I got extra money now. What? Hold on.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
It's going down in a major way, dog. Hey, shout out to, first of all, the 36 transfers that's been brought in from the quarterback Isaac Wilson to the running backs Damian Henderson, Jaquil Smith, both out of Sacramento State, DeAndre Moore, wide receiver, Cam Perry, Ernest Campbell, Danny Scudero are the wide receivers brought in. Moore's from Texas, Perry from Miami, Ohio, Ernest Campbell, Sacramento State, Danny Scudero from San Jose State. Got a tight end, Fisher Clements out of Northern Colorado. Also, shout out to the tight end, Brady Kopetz, receiving a scholarship from Coach Prime. Shout out to him. D-line brought in Billy Taofatofua, Ezra Christensen, and Cedric Smith. Also, Yamil Talib has been brought in on defensive line. Linebackers, Leona Liffall, Tyler Martinez, Gideon Lampron are the linebackers. DBs, Emery Floyd, Jaden Hardy, Nateem Mitchell, Cree Thomas, Randon Fontanet, Justin Eaglin, and Boo Carter are the DBs. And then a kicker, Justin McCormick also. So shout out to those guys. And one other offensive lineman was just named that we can pull up on the screen right here from Lafayette College. O-line, Sean Kinney has committed to Colorado. All Patriot League honors this season.
Hey, DeAndre Pinion, 3714. Done.
You got rid of a troll, Unc?
Yeah, I was letting the chat handle him. The chat been handling him, but he out.
Okay, let's answer some questions. Y'all got questions? Put them in the chat. You want questions to be featured? Go ahead, super chat them real quick. Someone said, "Is Tawfiq still with the team?" From what I know, both Tawfiqs are no longer with the team.
Yeah, both of them got in the portal.
Yeah, both of them. I think Tawfiq Thomas, the defensive lineman, went to Georgia Tech, and Tawfiq Byard went to, is it Texas Tech? Or Texas
I'm not
A&M?
sure. I remember Georgia Tech for D lineman though.
Yeah. And how many teams have two Tawfiqs? Just thought about that. Let me see here. Got another question. Our super chat. What? Oh,
oh boy.
how many teams got two Tawfiqs on it? I'll tell me.
I don't know.
All right then.
I know it's a lot of people with a lot of wives, so I don't know. Polyamorous. I don't know. I don't know how these people.
Twin.
A lot of these people living, man.
Show them who the wives is.
Well, they hail in the chat. They hail in the chat. You know, they get a little blood in the water.
Yeah, that's all. What day am I getting married? Oh man. When's the last ever athletes to commit to come in the spring? Do you know that?
If you mean by way of the portal, then that's tonight at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. The NCAA offices are on the East Coast, so everything is Eastern time. You know, there really is no deadline to get out the portal. The deadline is to enter it. It closes to get in, and right now you're still over. You had about 10,000. I'm averaging. You had about 10,500 to enter, and you got about 6,500 still in it. And to put that in perspective, that 6,500 that's still in it is more than the number of people who got in it last year.
Man.
Which is why I tell y'all, the longer a car sits on the lot, the price go down, not up.
Yeah, I saw a documentary on that too, Unc. And you would think, like, what happens to those cars? They just go and demolish them or something. No, they go to those rental companies, right?
Yeah,
and they use them there, and then they go to a used car place where they could be a certified used car.
They're gonna get moved. They just don't get moved on the primary market.
Mm-hmm. So, hey, somebody said Chico just high. That's partially true. Shout out to T-Braze 808 Hawaii hooking me up. Got your dog looking right. Appreciate her. My girl.
Got you right for the weekend.
My sunga. That's right. Chico slipping. No, I ain't slipping. What y'all talking about? Who y'all got in the national championship game? Are you putting BTA on Miami? Yeah.
That's Monday's discussion. We got a show Monday.
All right, we'll talk about that Monday because it's a week.
Game Monday night.
Next week. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Last question. We're gonna see if we can feature. He said, I'm squinting. My mom even texted me. Chico, what's wrong with your eyes? I said, man, it's a lot of lights and stuff. You gotta be looking at these lights and stuff, man. It takes.
That's why I wear glasses, man. Like,
yeah,
you can see in my reflection. There's lights all around me. I can't take that shit.
Yeah, people don't understand that, dog. It's hard to see. Chico can't leave the island. We understand now. Haha.
Appreciate that, Kai and K.
Thank you.
Gee, we got a 40 ounce over there, though.
Yeah, it's something like that. Blue Hawaii, purified water. Go ahead and sponsor us.
New merch coming.
I got a wife t-shirt. You over there by your lip laugh, man. You ain't nothing.
I didn't type it. New merch coming. Shout out to the new merch. They said it twice too. Hey, get on off this thing so we talk, Chico.
It happened. Chico said, or that didn't that he said Chico stuck on his brother-in-law. Make sure he's That's crazy. Yeah, the merch is back up, dog. We doing it. We doing it a little bit differently, and we made some adjustments, and everything is good to go. We got more coming this weekend, actually.
Hey, Von Randall, I'm gonna do my best. If y'all ever got a subject for Morning Wood, let me know. But at this age, I can't promise you no wood every day. We'll see. Yeah, he probably all right.
Thank y'all for coming out. Y'all have a great day. This has been another episode of the Morning Run, TMR Live with Uncle Chico. Make sure y'all follow us on all social media networks. If you're a real runner out there, let us know. Let us see you, after the show goes off. You feel me? It's just not a live show. Y'all make sure y'all get in for the replay game and comment. Y'all share it on social media, hashtag Uncle Chico, so we can see you. We see other people clipping our stuff on Twitter that's not a part of the runner gang. Y'all make sure y'all do that. You understand me?
Folks aggregating our content like Chico used to do me.
No, they're not doing it like I used to do. I used to give you credit and put your little tag on there. I tag you up on whatever I reacted in and used
my logo out
for fair use. Whatever I use for fair use.
Use the master at knowing when to cut it off before the copyright kick in. He's the
but I would do something so nice and generous and actually tag you guys in the content. But guess what?
Hey, man. Shout out to Coach Prime. He doing some interviews, couldn't make it on, but he brought us together. He said, Dealey, only way to stop him from stealing is to start working with him.
He called me and said, Big dog, I got somebody needs you.
How you be lying with such a straight face, man? I don't know how you do it.
You just don't know, Unc. That's all. I just didn't tell you. We want to make you feel bad. We want to make it seem like it was all you. That's all. It's Big dog.
Hey, man, somebody just paid for 5 months of memberships and said, let's talk about wives next episode.
Let's do it. We'll talk about it. Let's do it.
The block is hot.
Big dog. You need to mess with me. You need to mess with my dog, Neely. He ain't got no damn sense now. Well,
get off this damn thing, man. It's Friday.
It is Friday, baby. Let's go get it in. Yeah. Let's go get it. What's the theme song for the night, Unc? Damn, my phone dead. What's the theme song for the night?
It is dead because it's been blowing up. It's been blowing up. These last $2. That's the theme song.
These last $2. Not gonna lose. Thank y'all for coming out, man. Once again, I'll say it again. All right, y'all hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that hype button. We appreciate y'all each and every time. We appreciate y'all for the support and for the continued support. We appreciate y'all. All right, this has been another episode of the Morning Run Live.
Appreciate y'all. One love. See y'all Sunday night, Monday morning.
And rebel flags high in the sky. We up and out here. Yeah. Super chat. Lord have mercy.